Hey, what's going on, you guys? Just wanted to hop on here and share a little tidbit with you guys. I just got done doing my podcast, season 5, episode 4. Just got published about 5 minutes ago, maybe less. Where we talked about Moses being a murderer, coward, and insecure. And I had one person recently hop on my podcast and start saying, because they're a Christian too, and they're like, well, why are you titling these things almost like you're attacking the Bible? And I'm not. That's not the purpose of it at all. Sometimes people get so caught up in the theology or the religion aspect of things that we don't really get real about just how jacked up the Bible is. And we don't like to talk about how we all deal with stuff that people have been dealing with for thousands and thousands of years. So I just wanted to kind of pick apart Moses a little bit, pick on him because he's dead and he's not going to mind. So, oh well. So, just wanted to share with you guys just a little bit here. In Exodus chapter 2, I'm going to scroll down here. I'm using my laptop in the background. Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. Says, many years later, when Moses had grown up, he went out to visit his own people, the Hebrews. He was a Hebrew. And he saw how hard they were forced to work. During his visit, he saw an Egyptian beating on one of his fellow Hebrews. Verse 12, after looking in all directions to make sure that no one was watching, Moses killed the Egyptian and hid the body in the sand. Okay. It was very, very blunt. Didn't say maybe, didn't say perhaps, said he killed the guy. After looking in all directions, Moses deliberately knew what the heck he was about to do. Deliberately knew he was about to commit murder. One of the unforgivable Old Testament laws. I mean, dude ends up writing the 10 Commandments, okay? One of them being, thou shalt not murder. So, okay, he just did one of the things he wrote down that you should never, ever, ever do. Okay? So with that being said, I don't know who's going to see this video, whether when it's live or when it's not live. I don't care what you've done. Okay? If you murdered somebody, whatever your story is, whatever you've been through, it don't matter. Because there's a guy named Jesus. Okay? He was God in the flesh, raised human, okay? And he died for you. He died for me. He died for everybody. And all the crap that we've done, and all the crap you've done, all the crap that I've done, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay? Stop feeling guilty. Stop carrying your head all hung low, shameful. No. Rise up, warriors. It's time to fight back. Okay? Stop it. Your past, it's called the past for a reason. It's behind you. It's gone. It's dead. You can't undo it unless you build a time machine. Then I want to know where your address is so I can use it, okay? You can't change the past. Why are you living in it? Be in the here and now. Give that to Jesus. Say, Jesus, forget this. I'm done trying to carry it. I give it to you. I'm done. I can't carry it no more. This sucks. It's too heavy. I don't want it. Okay? I just want to move on. So, next day, Moses goes out. I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not going to read word for word. I know y'all don't have all night. It's 11:38 here in Arizona, p.m. Okay, I just got done showering, hence the hair and no straightened beard, okay? Here's the deal. Dude ends up going out the next day after he killed the Egyptian, and he sees two homies fighting with each other. And they're both Hebrew, his own flesh and blood people, fighting with each other. And he kind of goes up and he's trying to be the mediator, right? The peacekeeper. Hey, guys, shut up. What are you doing? Why are you fighting with each other? Knock it off. And one of them gets smart with him and he goes, "Hey Moses, shut up. Who do you think you are to judge us? No. Are you going to kill me just like you killed that Egyptian yesterday?" Okay, with that being said, now, even though Moses the other day kind of looked around, made sure no one was watching, well, somebody saw. Somebody saw. Okay? And now the word is out. And now Pharaoh knows, tries to kill him, fails, and Moses takes off to a place called Midian, where he stumbles upon a well where these girls are trying to draw water. I don't know. This dude must be in his 50s, but it says girls. A couple of girls were trying to draw water from the well, and some nearby shepherds shooed them off. So my guess is the well doesn't even belong to them, but they're trying to get water from it anyways. Moses tried to play hero, goes in, and gets the water for the girls anyways. Long story short, the girls go back, tell their daddy what happened, and he's like, "Dude, where is this guy? He just saved my girls. Like, I want to invite him over for dinner." Good daddy, by the way. And Moses gladly accepts the invitation, being on the run for his life, and ends up being married to one of the daughters named Zipporah. Okay? Zipporah. Alright. And so we're going to move on to Exodus chapter 3 here, where I am going to kind of read word for word because it's important for y'all to understand this part. It says, starting in verse 1, "One day Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian. He led the flock far into the wilderness and came to Sinai, the mountain of God, where the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement." It's kind of like the crocodile hunter. He sees a crocodile in the distance. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. "This is amazing," Moses said to himself. "Why isn't that bush burning up? I must go see it." Totally like the crocodile hunter, right? The guy that died, the Australian man, I forget his name, years and years ago. If you remember, put it in the comments for me. But when I read that, I kind of remember that, him saying, "Oh, by crikey, there's a crocodile over there, mate. I'm going to go touch it with a stick." What? And here Moses is seeing a supernatural fire that's not burning this doggone tumbleweed. And he's like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm going to go see it." So when the Lord saw, in verse 4, that Moses was coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, "Moses, Moses." "Here I am," Moses replied. "Don't come any closer," the Lord warned. "Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." When Moses heard this, he covered his face. Why? Because he was afraid to look at God. Probably because of the shame of everything he'd done, the unworthiness, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Then the Lord told him in verse 7, "I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries of distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I'm aware of their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile and spacious land." Notice God keeps saying, "I have come down to rescue." I, meaning God himself, not Moses, God. Okay, I want you guys to get that in your heads. God did it, not Moses. Moses was the empty vessel, but God is the one who did everything by his power, his might, not by Moses' will or whatever. It is a land flowing with milk and honey, the land where the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites now live. Look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians abuse them. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people out of Egypt. But Moses protested to God. Of course he did. He said, "Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?" God answered, "I will be with you, and this is your sign that I am the one who sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God at this very mountain." But Moses protested, "If I go to the people of Israel and tell them the God of your ancestors has sent me to you, they will ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what should I tell them?" See, He's trying to weasel his way out of this thing. Verse 14, God replied to Moses, I am who I am. Say this to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say this to the people of Israel, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my eternal name, my name to remember for all generations. If you want to go back and finish reading, I left off at verse 16 in chapter 3 of the book of Exodus, but I'm not going to read the rest to you because my point has been made here, you guys. Despite what you've gone through, despite what you think you've done that has banished you from anything that maybe God could use you in, I want you to remember this. Moses was a murderer, a coward, full of insecurities. And God used him as an empty vessel to set his people free and into the promised land. Okay? Now, I'm not saying y'all are going to part the Red Sea and you're going to conquer a Pharaoh and you're going to lead a nation of people or any of that kind of stuff. But maybe God will call you to lead a family. Maybe God will call you to conquer a business. Who knows? But until you get in your head that it's not really you that's going to do it, but God and His plan for your life unfolding before your very eyes by His power and by His strength and not by yours, you're never going to get there. And the reason you're not already there is maybe because you're carrying around the weight of the past, the weight of all these things. That, like I said at the start of this live video, that maybe it's like you're carrying the weight of the past because of all the crap that you've done. And honestly, I would submit to you that maybe that's how Jesus sees it. It's literally dung in the street. It doesn't even matter anymore because His blood was shed on the cross so that you don't have to carry that any longer. Jesus did that. He carried it for you already. It's dead, it's gone, it's forgiven, it's done with. All you have to do is accept it in your heart, accept it in your mind, and confess it with your mouth that that is what you truly believe, and you're set free, folks. Have a good night. That's it. You don't have to worry about the past anymore. There's nothing worth worrying about. Okay, so I just wanted to hop on here and give you guys that little bit of encouragement. I went in more descriptive detail in my podcast episode, but I don't know. I don't always hop on here and do a live and stuff like that anymore, but I just figured tonight maybe there's someone up late wrestling with their thoughts, wrestling with the past, and if that's you, man, don't worry about it no more. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the guilt. It's not worth the pain. It's not worth the suffering. It's not worth the lack of sleep, the loss of sleep, the loss of sanity, the loss of peace. It's not worth it. Remember, Jesus died for that. I love you guys so much. Hopefully some of you guys found this video encouraging. If you didn't, I'm very sorry, because I don't know what you've done to make it that hard to kind of get it, but I'm praying for you guys, every single one of you. If you need anything, please drop it in the comments. If you live in Tucson, Arizona, and you guys have nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, this is a very open invitation. I don't want hundreds of people at my door, please, but if you need a place to go, if you need some food, whatever you need, even if you don't want to join my family and you're old or you have pre-existing health conditions or you're just fearful of COVID or whatever, if there's something that you need, food, celebration, fellowship, prayer, whatever, drop it in the comments here, whether this is on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, let me know and we will make it happen. I love you guys. Praying for you all. Talk to you later.